The first thing we will be studying is text structure, or patterns or ways of organizing a text. Any reading has a particular structure to it. So knowing how this information is organized in a passage, it will help you to understand better that particular reading that you're reading. The first one, text structure, is cause and effect. This structure kind of explains the reasons why something occurs. This happens because of this. For example, lots of rain cause flooding. So this cause is the cause is lots of rain. The effect is flooding. So this is a text structure that you'll see when we're reading different texts in this particular course. Chronological order is another one. This is time sensitive. It's like in this text organization, you're going to have information events are framed according to the time they occurred. For example, if you're reading a nonfiction text and you're talking about the Civil War, for example, in U.S. history, you have this started in 1860, this happened in 1861, this happened in 1862, and so forth, and then, 1865, the proclamation, the Emancipation Proclamation occurred. So things are in this type of order. The next one is compare and contrast. This kind of structure, you can recognize it when you're seeing comparisons. You're looking at similarities and differences. For example, if you're talking about the differences between a hurricane and a tornado, they both disasters. They both very awful things caused by a lot of wind, but the wind and the moisture in the air and everything that causes both of them. But spontaneous tornadoes are more spontaneous. Hurricanes, they gain speed and wind and everything over a period of time. So there's differences between those two. So you'll see those kind of texts where they're comparing and contrasting. So you'll see similarities and then you'll see differences. Order of importance. Okay, this is where you have the writer is actually telling you what happened, what's the most important thing that happened first, and then second, and then third. And so the most important thing happened first. Or you could have it vice versa, where the least important thing happened first, and then this next one second, and it was a build up into the most important thing. So that is order of importance. I have graphic organizers for all of these different text structures, which I will present to you in another video. Problem and solution. In this pattern, there's always a problem, a dilemma, a conundrum that happens, and it has to have a remedy. Has to have a solution, and you'll see both of them. You'll see the problem, and you will see the solution. And these are some signal words that you might find to help you detect that it is problem solution pattern. Propose, a solution, this is the answer, issue, problem, problematic, remedy, prevention, and fix. These are all the type of signal words that help you to determine whether it's a problem solution text organization or not. The next one is sequence. So in the sequence structure, it's organized by order in which it occurs. So the sequence is usually instructions, directions, like, you're lost on the highway and you stop and ask somebody how to get in. It tells you go down the 8th Street, take a left on 9th Street, go to 10th Street, or whatever. So those are directions. And instructions, how to dance, for example. You got to put this foot forward, this foot. These are sequences. Sequence, what you do first, second, third. How to make a peanut butter and jelly sandwich. Put the first, get the bread out, do this, put the jelly on, and these are sequences. And they the signal words for a sequence is first, next, before or last, then. So you repeat then, and then you do this, then you do that, whatever. And they're not so there's no specific time for a sequence. I mean, it's not tied to time like in the chronological text structure. And the last but not least we'll talk about is a spatial text structure. This is when a narrative is organized according to space or location. In other words, this is ways of describing setting, describing what's wherever the place is, the space that's occupying this kind of drama that's going on. And this is what you call spatial organization. And some key words for understanding that: you have next to, behind, across, from, below that, above that, to the right of, and so forth. So all these are now I will also bring in organizers to show you exactly how each one of these, you can look at them visually, see how each one text structure actually works.